What's going on, everyone? I hope that everyone had an incredible week and you're getting ready to kick off another great weekend. Well, I'm your host, SchuZ, Shoemaker, and I'm at my home in Gilbert, Arizona, and I'm excited for what we have in store today, as you get to hear from another one of the great College Magic players in Dawson. The fourth episode of this great series is incredible, trust me. You're not going to miss it, and you're not going to miss what I've got in store for you guys. There's still many great College Magic stars that come on, so make sure to go and follow me at Twitter and Instagram at Zach Shoemaker to stay up to date on SchuZ Views and my show on YouTube, The Breakdown, and other new announcements coming up on about my YouTube channel. That being said, though, I think we should hop right in.
I'm blessed to be able to welcome on one of the best defenders in not only California, but the entire country. He's gearing up to lead Corona Centennial in his senior season after finishing up his final AAU season with College Magic. The 2020 recruit is also preparing to announce where he'll be playing his college basketball at as he prepares to announce his decision on October 25th. That being said, I'm excited to introduce Paris Dawson to the fourth episode of the College Magic series. How are you doing today, bro?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Pretty good.
We got to kick this off right now, just talking about your commitment and your recruiting update. Give us an update on that. I know you just updated your top 3, but originally it was your top 5. So talk about that and why those 5 schools were originally in there and what really stood out about those 5 programs.
My top 5 is Southern Utah, Sacramento State, University of Portland, Portland State, and Seattle U. And basically, all of those, they're really major cities besides really Southern Utah, but everything about the school, I love the coaching staff, the progression of the records of the 4 schools, Sacramento State, Portland State, Seattle U, and Southern Utah. Their progression has been really crazy throughout the years from the new coaches they just got that are recruiting me. So that was really a big part of putting them in my top 5 and getting ready to announce my decision soon.
You look at it, they're obviously none of them are like super big schools, but they're all schools that you see guys that can obviously come out of them and still be very great players and have a chance of playing professional basketball. Obviously, I think with modern day media and then seeing guys like John Moran, a lot of these guys come out of them, I mean, it's definitely a huge thing.
Yeah, most definitely.
What would you say is the biggest thing you really want from a college that's going to help influence you?
Basically seeing is like a family structure, the people around the city and area, the students, the fans, everything about it. So I try to do my research on everything as far as that, and then especially the players, because it's going to have to be like a brotherhood when I go and play with them every night.
That's always a key thing, because being able to have a close-knit family group, being able to go to battle for 4 years is a huge thing.
Yeah, very key.
Will teaming up with anyone impact your decision, or is there anyone you've been talking to about possibly teaming up at one of the schools?
So really, I do think that teaming up will impact my decision. I actually know one of my old teammates from AU basketball in middle school, Kimani Holt. He just actually committed to Portland State recently, a couple weeks ago. And I know of other people that are at the schools that I'm looking at right now, as far as that, like Rip at Seattle U, and then it's a couple of people that I know of at Sacramento State and Portland State that I have really good connections with.
I think really just teaming up with guys now is becoming more and more popular because you just get that chemistry from club, from just knowing each other from high school ball, whatever it might be, and then you just are able to go put it on the court. And obviously, you guys start off with the chemistry, which is obviously just an advantage. You see so much more of this teaming up, and just knowing Kimani, I mean, that's obviously going to be a great teammate. I mean, he's always someone that is that fun, athletic guy to play with, where you can throw it to him and he goes to work and grabs it and throws it down, or really just opens up the court for you and spaces out because you know he's athletic and get to the rim at any given time.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
What's it like seeing some of your other friends, obviously not just with Compton and high school ball, but just friends you've gained from camps and just playing basketball, that they don't see them go out now and commit and live out the same dream that you're experiencing? What's it like seeing them be able to embrace that same experience?
It's crazy just seeing all the hard work we have put in throughout our entire years and stuff, and playing at a stage that we've been dreaming of, watching March Madness, tournament games, big time games on national TV. So it's crazy to think that it's our time now.
Definitely. When you guys are all able to go put on the court and play with each other, play against each other, it's going to be a great memory to always have with each other.
Yep.
As we talked about a little earlier now, you have narrowed down to your top 3, which is Portland State, Seattle U, and Sacramento State. So talk about those 3 schools and where your decision, where you're kind of leaning at right now, and what it looks like for your upcoming decision.
I would say really just the relationship that I have with the coaches, the coaching staff. I think that's what's going to be the biggest thing in the recruitment process for those three. And then having the impact of the players, being in my ear and stuff, it'll really help out too.
Absolutely. Obviously, this is a huge decision in your life, and is there anyone that has kind of guided you or helped let you see or give you ideas in terms of where you should go?
It's my decision, but I am getting advice from Tope, Ray, Dominique Dunning, my sister, since she played college basketball actually at Sacramento State, my parents, and then my brothers and Coach Giles.
At the end of the day, of course, it is your decision, and that's obviously what you're going to be spending the next 4 years at. But being able to get that insight and that help from so many different people that's experienced that is awesome, because you don't know exactly everything. You get so much more insight. You get to see what other people's ideas and thoughts are. So when you're able to take all that in, because you got so much experience between your sister playing, obviously Compton Magic does this year in and year out with so many players in terms of knowing what's the best fit for you. So when you're able to go and you make sure that this is the right place for you for the next 4 years, it's incredible, and it truly does benefit you long term.
Yeah, most definitely.
Obviously, the big day, your decision day, is coming up October 25th. But is there a reason you chose October 25th?
It's actually 5 days after my last official visit, which is to Sacramento State on the 18th through the 20th. So when I get back, I'll probably know where I'll be going. So then I'm just gonna give it 5 days, relax, take it all in, make sure it's the right decision, and then announce it that day.
You've now gone on 2 official visits with both Portland State and Seattle U. Obviously, you have one more, but talk about the 2 you've gone on so far and what you really like and what stands out about those 2 programs.
Seattle U, the city is amazing. It's basically like the same thing at Portland. Both cities are great, great cities. It reminds me kind of a home feeling because I used to live by the beach. So the gloominess and stuff, it just reminds me of home, just being there. And then everything about the coaching staff on both sides, their facilities, the ADs, the academic advisors, everything, just the entire staff is just a family. So it's definitely going to be a tough decision out of those 3 schools, but especially those 2.
What are you looking forward to having your final visit be with Sacramento State?
So my final visit to Sacramento State, probably just taking it all in, because knowing it's my last visit, trying to get every little detail out of coaches, the organization, players, things like that. So then that way I get a great feel for everything, and, trying to get the full experience, because they're actually bringing me up on homecoming day.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So when you finally do get it laced up and you get a first step foot on a college court, what would the fans and coaching staff expect to be able to see from you?
A fast-paced game from me, playing physical, tough defense, trying to stop the best offensive player, offensive guard, anything you want me to defend, I'll be there. A person that can knock down shots, lead a team, things like that. And then my main thing is really just getting out there and playing, trying to help my team win.
Absolutely. You're like that Draymond kind of leader where you always are, like, you never run out of energy. I mean, you're consistently picking up guys full court and just always want to put the pressure on them, and you're able to create a lot of turnovers and then, like you said, knock down big shots and just keep the energy high.
Yeah, most definitely. So I guess it was just a habit when I was younger, growing up, because my dad was a coach. Well, he coached me for years. So, him being a coach, I had to push myself. I had to be the hardest worker out there. I couldn't just get stuff handed to me.
Absolutely. What are you most excited for when you first get a step foot on a college court?
I would say the atmosphere, the fans, and then just embracing the experience, because, not everybody gets this experience, and, I get to play against some of the best players in the world at that point.
No doubt.
Let's jump in and start talking about Compton Magic now. You finished up your AAU career with Compton, obviously. So talk about why you first decided to go and play for Compton.
Actually, when I first attended Centennial, I didn't know where I was going to go play AAU basketball at. I had just got done with Cali Boost, but the team kind of split up, so everyone went their own way. And then Tope actually contacted my dad and ended up picking me up, so I played with 6 teams that year. And ever since, I just loved it.
Back when you first started attending Centennial, there were 2 other Compton Magic guys, and DJ Davis and Jalen Clark. Talk about that and what impact did they have in terms of influencing you to go and play for Compton Magic?
Yes, most definitely. With Jalen used to always talk about it with me, and then actually he played with Alan McBride on the team Cali Boost, and he actually went to Compton Magic with me, but he played on the select team. So,
Okay.
yeah, it was really an influence all types of ways with the team, but it was a really good experience, especially since a lot of Centennial players have played for underneath Tope for Compton Magic, so it was kind of a no-brainer also.
And when you see the Compton Magic brand just launch you on the team as a huge honor and recognition because they're one of the most elite, prestigious club teams in all the country. So, I mean, being able to put on that jersey is a huge thing.
Yeah, most definitely. You have a
Mm-hmm.
target on your back at all times.
No doubt. What would you say has been your favorite memory from your time there?
Hanging out with the guys. Everybody's really cool on the team. So, especially our team bonding things when we would be in the hotel, playing video games or, going to the movies with each other or, supporting all the other teams while they're playing. So that's for sure my best memories about it.
Talk about some of the teammates that you kind of grown with the Magic organization that came along with you.
Chibuzo, Alco, Jalen Clark. I actually grew up playing with them. I actually grew up playing with Chibuzo first. I played with him in 5th grade, and then we had kind of told Tope, can you go get him? And then he came over to Compton Magic in the 16 and under level last year, and played with us in New York for the first time. So it was a good experience, especially to get him on the team with me again. Jalen Clark, I grew up with him ever since the 2nd, 3rd grade. I've been playing against him, so it was already a bond between both of us.
What is it, though, that separates Compton from everyone else?
Compton Magic is a brand builder, individual brand builder for all of us. They help us out in so many ways as far as getting college coaches to call us, getting them to contact us, getting people on our line to come watch us, anything like that. They're there for it. Tope wants us to look the best, so he supports us throughout everything. We can contact him about anything, and all the coaches are in with it. It's not just Tope, so it's from the 15th coach to the 14th to the 16th to 17th, all types of levels. You could contact anybody, and they're willing to help you in any type of way.
I think that's so evident because you look at it, obviously they've had so much success with getting players to the professional leagues, not just playing professional, but especially in the NBA, and you see them always staying in touch and engaged with the players, help benefiting and supporting them throughout the rest of their careers in whatever field it might be, giving them other jobs to bring them back and come back into the Compton Magic organization. Guys like Jordan Bell, you see them going and supporting him at different games and stuff still. I mean, just such a great thing where they not only invest in you while you're with them in high school, but from there on, from the rest of your life, you're pretty much set with them and they're always going to be there and support you.
Yeah.
What would you say has been the biggest thing you've worked on this offseason with Compton?
Biggest thing I had to work on was my shooting and being more aggressive as far as scoring, because I know a lot of coaches were looking at that and Tope would tell me like, yeah, dude, you need to be more aggressive. You need to look for your shot, knock it down. Keep doing your defensive thing, but we need you to do this too so we could be successful and you could be successful as well.
There's really not a better opportunity than what you're going to be able to do this upcoming year. Obviously, you're the lead guy, not Chrono Centennial. A couple guys transferred away, but you've now moved to the top of the chain where you're the go-to guy. You're going to be the leading scorer. You're going to be the everything. You're the star of the team. Talk about that and what you're really excited for this upcoming year, being the star and the leader of the team.
I'm very excited for the young guys. We have a lot of young guys that are really willing to learn. They're not all the way there yet, but they will get there. They'll get better as the season goes on. I know I'm going to have to score. I know I might be getting double teams and stuff, but I know they'll be there to help me.
That's awesome. Why did you originally decide to go attend Chrono Centennial?
Actually, I was originally going to go to Mater Dei High School, but some things happened there. So I ended up going to Centennial. We actually contacted Jalen Clark and got Coach Zhao's number, went up to the school and talked to him, and then that's when I knew I was going there after that. So when that happened, it was basically just kind of almost a last-minute thing.
Okay, and then DJ came along with you also, and talk about that and how you guys' relationship kind of grew as the time went on, playing with each other, obviously not just at Centennial, but also with Compton.
We started off actually in the 5th grade playing with each other. with City Stars. So we've been there 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, and then when 10th grade came around, when I went to Centennial, that's when everything changed, and then we got to really know each other better and better because we're around each other every day at that point. So everything was great. Our relationship as teammates and as friends, we could talk to each other about a lot of stuff. So that was really good. Became closer like a brotherhood.
I'm always been able to create those friendships that will last forever is part of the biggest, coolest things about playing basketball.
Yeah, most definitely.
3 years are in the books now of your high school career. So how would you say you'd sum up those first 3 seasons?
My first 3 years were crazy. So actually, my first year I was homeschooled for freshman year, so I didn't get a chance to play in high school basketball. I only played AU basketball. Then my next year, I went to Centennial. It was an up and down year, I would say, for us. We were a really young team with the 3 sophomores, me, Jalen, and DJ leading the team along the way. But we played a lot of senior-heavy teams that gave us some fights. But when we got to our junior year, we started clicking. And then we only lost 6 games, but it was to 3 teams, which was Sierra Canyon, Rancho Christian, and Mater Dei. So we came a long way from sophomore to junior year, especially to being one of the top teams in California and the country.
Obviously, losing DJ and Jalen are big components to your roster from last year, but how would you say, at being a young team, your expectations are going to be for this upcoming season?
My expectations still haven't changed for our team. I know they could do something really special, especially the young guys that we have. I know that I'm going to have to do my part, though, to help them out as far as leading them, showing them certain things that they haven't seen. And Coach Giles, I know, will put them out there in the toughest battle. So then that way they're ready for playoffs and league. I'm looking for us to be a top 10 team probably by the end of all of this.
Wow, that's big time. How do you think your role changed mostly from last year to this upcoming season?
Last year, I was more of, I guess they had me more of like a third string type of player. So I was like the third man as far as scoring came. But Coach Giles has moved me up among the ranks after I just kept putting in work in the gym and things like that. So as time went on, next thing you know, my percentages were increasing throughout the season. And then next thing I know, I was up as shooting guard, and basically I was getting more and more shots a game. And then this year, I'm definitely going to have a huge role as far as scoring, defending the best players, rebounding, assisting, basically doing everything to help my team win.
Is there anyone else you'd say would kind of be like your second best player, or someone else that's going to help lead you, or will it be a majority of the guys?
It's going to be a majority of the guys. We should definitely go in deep on the bench, I feel like. Probably about 4 or 5 people deep, so we might go a 5-man rotation. So it should be really good for us this year as far as getting out, getting up and down the court competing versus all the top teams.
No doubt. For you, would you say there's any personal goals for this upcoming season?
Trying to win league MVP, trying to get all-county team for Riverside County, and I definitely want the team to be CIF champions, even if it's Southern Section or if it's state champions. I'd rather it be both, but either one is I'm really good with either one because I know we have a young team. So, it's going to be mistakes made throughout the season from them, but then it's all a learning process for them right now. They still have years to go, but, this is my last year, so I want to make it the best.
Absolutely. Obviously, you could be easily set up to have a breakout season and really destroy this year. So let's say something like that came and a lot of big-time offers started to come your way. Would there be any chance of you possibly reconsidering wherever you commit, or would it be pretty much locked in once you decide on October 25th?
No, I'm pretty sure I'll be locked in because at that point, these schools were with me from the beginning of all of this. They believed in me, so you know what? I gotta believe in them, and I feel like that's really big. It's a respect thing between me and the school that I choose.
Be able to have that loyalty is obviously something that carries you from here on out.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
In 1 year, where do you want to see yourself as a player?
In 1 year, I want to see myself getting stronger, faster, shooting the ball better from deeper range, handling, get my ball handling better. And then my main thing will probably be my leadership skills. I want to see it grow tremendously throughout the season. It's good right now, but I want it to be the top, the best.
Before I let you go, I'd like to wrap up with two final questions. The first one being, who would you say has been your biggest role model in your life?
My biggest role model in my life is probably my brother and my dad. My brother Jamar, he played football in high school. So growing up, actually watching him, he used to always take me down on the field during his high school football games. So growing up with him, I wanted to be by his side all the time. And then my dad also, him teaching me the game of basketball. And I will also say my sister had a big part in it as well, because I started playing basketball just because of her. And she used to always beat me all the time. But, I had to keep going at her, even though she used to kick my butt. But it all paid out at the end.
Whenever family can have such a key influence in your life in terms of pursuing you and helping you to get to the place you want, but also just having a great understanding of what you want to do and how you want to do that in terms of pushing you in different sports like basketball, and having the experience that they can help then influence you is just an awesome thing that can obviously guide you down your path and get you the goals that you want to reach.
Yes, most definitely.
Finally, I would like to talk about faith, and that's an important thing in my life. So how would you say God's helped impacted you to this point?
God has been a tremendous help. I feel like everything happens for a reason. So, when you lose some games, it just wasn't meant to be. That's how I look at it. Maybe it was the other team's time. Maybe, it's going to be your time next. You don't know. So, but you never know until you try it again. So that's how I look at everything that he puts in my way. It's like an obstacle. He just wants me to overcome it.
Absolutely. I think there's so many things that God, like you said, puts in our way that just makes us stronger at the end of the day. I mean, you never know. It could be great things. It could be things that kind of set you off a different path for a little bit. But at the end of the day, when you're able to come back and be on that straight line path that God has set for us, it's an awesome road to be on.
Yes, most definitely.
Well, it's definitely great having you on today, bro. Best of luck this upcoming season. I'm excited to hear about your commitment, and best of luck, obviously, in college and from there on out.
All right, thank you.
No problem. God bless.
All right.
College Magic Series Episode 4 is now in the books, and trust me, you're not going to miss a single one of these episodes. As there's so much more talent coming on. Jalen Clark, you're not going to miss hearing from him. You got Quentin Webb, you've got Zion Sutton, Mikey Williams, Johnny Wright, Dylan Andrews. DJ Davis might be hopping back up on this episode too for a later re-release. You're not going to miss a single one of these episodes. So make sure to go and follow me as Zach Shoemaker on both Twitter and Instagram to stay up to date. Along with that though, you're not going to miss hearing and seeing the show on my YouTube, The Breakdown, where I break down some of the best players' mixtapes with the player. Trust me, you're not going to miss hearing from that. I'm going to get that show back up and going soon, possibly release on Wednesday, but make sure to follow me to stay up to date on that. Now, no matter what podcast platform you might be listening to this on, make sure to go comment, like, subscribe, give a 5-star review, whatever you can to continue the great SchuZ Views movement. I truly do appreciate you guys. With that being said, SchuZ is out, everyone will be the light of God, and God bless.